What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. Welcome to your stimulus check update, stimulus package and infrastructure update and daily news report for Sunday, June 27th. Now, here's what we want to discuss today. First off, we actually got some news from the U.S. Progressive Chairwoman, Pramila Jayapal, and she's actually addressing the 5 priorities that progressives are pushing right now to try to get them included into the next infrastructure package. The bad news is she does not address stimulus checks. Now, I bring this up and I want to mention this first off in this video, first because I know a lot of people are going to be like, well, are we going to get them or are we not? Well, first, she didn't address them, but I want to explain why that is, at least according to reports. Now, the good news about all of this is that progressives have been trying to figure out exactly how this infrastructure package and how this potential stimulus package will all fit in to the current timelines. And they have been, at least according to their own reports, they have been spot on. So we're going to see what happens as we progress a little bit further, but let's get into exactly what she had to say and where progressives are pushing to try to get Democrats, this is Speaker Pelosi, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, and President Biden, try to get all the leaders on board with their priorities. So here's what we know. Today, Pramila Jayapal said that the U.S. Progressive Caucus wants to see all 5 of their priorities included into the next infrastructure package. They say this because, according to progressives, they did not get anything near what they wanted in the last stimulus package. They didn't get it. And they're not getting what they want in this bipartisan bill, so they say we must move forward with a budget reconciliation bill in addition to the bipartisan bill. So, at this time, it is not Nancy Pelosi that came out and said, oh, I'm not going to take a bill to the floor unless we see a budget reconciliation bill as well. That wasn't her doing. That was something, at least according to Pramila Jayapal, was because of progressives. Last week, Pramila Jayapal sent out a letter and just surveyed the U.S. Progressive Caucus to see how many would support a bill that included, okay, so it wasn't just, okay, you know, we have this infrastructure package, this framework, right? How many of you would support that? And then there was an overwhelming majority that said we wouldn't support a bill that is just a Republican-led bill. But they did say that if the bipartisan bill passed, in addition to the budget reconciliation bill, possibly $6 trillion, they would support that, but they would have to go together. So essentially, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and President Biden are doing exactly what progressives are wanting them to do, because the group of over 95 members is saying they would not support a bipartisan bill. They would not vote for it if it didn't also come with the budget reconciliation. So as of right now, what progressives are wanting is actually what President Biden, Speaker Pelosi, and Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer are trying to do. This means progressives at this time, this is their critical, this is their most pivotal moment, is if they can get their priorities through in this bill, then and only then will we see massive progressive priorities, okay? So this is what it's going to come down to, this infrastructure package. Now, what are their priorities? What are they, right? We knew it was stimulus checks, right? That those were in there. Well, just to give you a little bit of an update, I already told you this, stimulus checks aren't included, but there's a reason why. The progressive priorities as of right now, at least according to Pramila Jayapal this morning, she said is robust child care, a full expansion of Medicare, bold climate action, immigration for essential workers only. Okay. Now, she didn't say only, she just said immigration for essential workers. However, reports indicate that progressives want to see that immigration is easily opened up for essential workers. That is it. Okay. And the big one, more affordable housing. This is something that we have been seeing over the past year. Housing prices are insane. Rents are starting to creep up. We still have an eviction moratorium that goes until the end of July. Some states will even push it back until August and September. I know here in Washington State, where I live, Governor Jay Inslee, he actually extended this to September 30th, which this is actually hurting many smaller landlords. So we'll see what happens here. However, what we know is that the reason why progressives are pushing for a $6 trillion infrastructure package is because of robust childcare, full expansion of Medicare, bold climate action, immigration, and affordable housing. Affordable housing is going to be a big one. But there's nothing in there for survival checks, no fourth stimulus check, no student loan forgiveness, right? These things aren't in there. But some are saying there's a reason for this. And according to experts don't believe a fourth stimulus check will come in July or August. Okay? It's not coming in June, I can tell you that. But what we know at this time is right now, experts do not believe that we will see a stimulus check or survival checks in July or August outside of the child tax credit payments. Here's the reason why. Lawmakers say, okay, that the child tax credit payments are coming out in July. And the lawmakers want to see exactly how these do before they go and commit to sending out more stimulus money. Lawmakers also say that we will be on recess for all of August, so nothing's going to happen then. But that leaves September. And in September, there will be some major key things that do happen. First, the federal unemployment benefits will expire on September 6th. Most lawmakers do not anticipate this will be extended for one reason and one reason only. We are seeing right now that the states that are canceling their unemployment benefits a little bit early, they're getting a big push from new people in the workforce are now going back, applying for different jobs, and they are getting those jobs. Employers are hiring people in those states a little more rapidly. That is good news. And they say the fiscal year is over on September 30th. And we have, at that point in September, we will have about 2 to 3 months worth of child tax credit payments that would have went out. So they say that we should, according to lawmakers, they say we should have a good understanding of just how important these payments were. And I can tell you right now, there's going to be a handful of people that take this $250 or $300 per month child tax credit payment and just put it in savings, pay off debt, put it in the stock market, no big deal, right? But there's going to be a lot of people, a lot of families that are going to take this money and are going to use it for housing, for food, for the essentials, toothpaste, soap, right? Maybe hand sanitizer, right? Things like that, medications that they need. They use this stuff daily. These are the things that many say they have been without for the past year. Not saying people haven't brushed their teeth in about a year, but some people, maybe they have to go a day or two without brushing their teeth because they just don't have toothpaste. They have to wait until payday or wait until their unemployment benefits actually come in. So, big issues, but this is something that lawmakers say is what they are looking for before they make the decision as to should we put a fourth stimulus check into the next bill or are we doing just fine? So, we will see what happens there. But with that said, here's something else we know. Experts believe that the bipartisan bill could be ready to go by the end of July. Okay? And here's the reason why we're seeing these talks of possible delays. Progressives want to see both the bipartisan bill and the budget reconciliation bill, this robust package of possibly $6 trillion, they want to see these go together. But we might not see this robust infrastructure package for as far as a budget reconciliation. We may not see this until September. Okay, possibly this will be ready to go in August, but if Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer don't want to recall back their, the Senate and the House, well, we'll see what happens. But some say that this needs to be passed as quickly as possible. President Biden, he is trying to work this out. He's trying to figure out exactly when this will pass. The problem is they keep going back and forth. And the reports out this morning were that President Biden was never supposed to say that if a infrastructure package, this bipartisan bill comes to his desk without a budget reconciliation bill, then he's not going to sign it. He was never supposed to say that. That wasn't on his script. He was not supposed to say that. That was just him talking off the top of his head, which is one of the reasons why the White House says that President Biden needs to stick to his script. And so again, this is what we're going to get. We are going to get President Biden is pretty much being controlled by his administration. He's not doing things himself. And this has many people worried that right now, President Biden is just the talking head, just a figurehead. That's all he is. Yeah, some of these are his ideas, but his ideas aren't the ones that are passing. These are bipartisan bills, and according to reports, these are mostly Republican-led bills. So we'll see. But this also brings up another thing. What about student loan forgiveness? What about the $200 per month boost to Social Security recipients? Well, a lot of people are saying today that President Biden promised these things, but his administration is pushing other things. His administration is prioritizing other things, other legislation. Well, here's what we know. New reports indicate that according to their findings, that President Biden can forgive up to $10,000 per student for student loan forgiveness. He can cancel that. However, he can do that through executive orders. However, he does not have the power. Again, this is according to the findings of this report. He does not have the power to cancel $50,000 per borrower. That is something that would have to come from Congress. And as of right now, Congress is not willing to pass up to $50,000 per student and cancel that debt. Even though some lawmakers say that this would help these people go and buy homes, this would actually take away their payment. Let's say it's a $200 per month payment. They can then take that $200 and put that into a house, into a car, into starting a business, right? Other things, and all those things are great. But here's the issue. There is a housing shortage right now. Lumber prices are still pretty high. They're not as high as they once were, but they're still pretty high. They're also saying that right now, having more people competing for housing is only going to cause housing prices to go up even higher. So a $200 per month savings for those people that were paying those student loan payments, that's going to do them almost nothing. But here's the other issue. Right now, according to this report, that there are statements from White House aides saying that the Biden administration is waiting to cancel student loan debt after the infrastructure package has been passed. And again, this all comes down to, well, what's the timing of that? The infrastructure package is not just a bipartisan bill, it's the bipartisan bill plus the social infrastructure package, also known as the stimulus package. And this is what's going to go through a budget reconciliation. Well, the Biden administration is waiting for both of those bills to pass before they even consider canceling this student debt. But on top of that, the other reason why the Biden administration is taking so long is because they have the ability to do so. Right now, these payments, these student loan payments, have been paused until October. So there's no reason, at least according to the report, that the Biden administration needs to come out and just cancel student loans, because they don't have to do that. There's no rush to do that right now. They can wait. So what we know right now is President Biden is simply going to wait until possibly September before he addresses canceling student loan debt. And then hopefully by then he has a better idea of, does he have the power to cancel up to $50,000 per borrower? Which as of right now, the reports indicate that no, he doesn't, but he can cancel up to $10,000 per student loan borrower, and that he can do through an executive order. So we will see what happens there. But also, let's talk about the other priority, the other promise that President Biden and the Biden campaign gave to the American people, and that was providing a $200 per month boost to Social Security recipients. Well, what we know right now is nothing is being said by the Biden administration. And everything right now has to be taken care of by Congress. The problem here is that Congress is prioritizing infrastructure over Social Security benefits. Now, this is something that we're going to see. We've seen this for years. Social Security recipients are put on the back burner almost every single time. They're the last to receive any relief. They're the last to get any benefits, right? And the benefits don't increase with inflation, which is causing a lot of people a lot of harm. So right now, experts are saying that the Biden administration has their hands full with infrastructure first. They want to address that. They want to tackle that first. Once they do, then we will see what the next priority is. But like I already stated, the next priority, at least according to the reports, and this is not just one report, this is multiple reports over the past few weeks, is going to be student loan forgiveness. This is something that Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and Senator Elizabeth Warren have been pushing for months. This is something that chances are we're going to see it very soon, and we will find out, is President Biden serious? Does he want to pass this? Does he want to provide any relief to student borrowers, or does he just not care? So we will see what happens, and we will know this very quickly. But just understand right now, some are saying that the hardest hit individuals in this country will continue to feel the burn. They will continue to struggle because there's nothing coming just yet. Like I said, the child tax credit payments will be coming on July 15th, at least according to the IRS. However, if you don't have children, you will actually be hurt by this. It's not going to help you one bit. You will actually see the burden of this money, this expense, because of inflation. So again, as I know more there, I promise I'll fill you in on all the latest news and updates. But as of right now, this is what we know. The Biden administration is struggling, and they're not struggling in every sense. And I'm not trying to bash the Biden administration and Democrats or President Biden himself. But what I am here to do is I want to explain what is actually happening based on all the reports that we're seeing. Again, I try to take all these reports. Okay, this video right here, it took about 3 hours to pull up all the different information, pull up a bunch of new reports, pull up some of the old reports, and kind of piece them together. So again, I'm not just taking, a couple articles and just rereading them. I'm taking a bunch of different reports, putting them together, and trying to give you the complete picture. And again, both sides of the picture, right? I think stimulus checks will eventually happen, or survival checks. I think some additional payments are going to come out. I personally do. But at the same time, I want to give you both sides. The people that do believe stimulus checks are coming out at some point, and the people and the experts that don't believe it. So again, if you have any questions whatsoever, please ask your questions down in the comment section below. Just want to thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.